Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joseph, and our project is the Huge Finance app. The goal of our project was to come up with a web application that serves the needs of the active duty military community. We didn't think there was a budgeting app that it was tailored specifically to active duty military members. So that's the vision for the project. I'll talk a little bit about the authentication system, which I designed. We have a login page, as you can see, and if a user has not created an account yet, they can sign up for an account. And once they are signed up for the account, they will be redirected back to the login page where they can log in. And then sent directly to the dashboard. And I'll let Yaz talk a little bit about the dashboard.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yazid Shitu. I will first talk about the nav bar, the navigation menu, and then I will talk about the dashboard. Our nav bar shows the email of the user connected. We could also have shown the user first name and last name if we wanted to. The avatar next to the user email purpose is to show the user profile picture, and that's one feature we will implement in the near future. The nav bar is very concise, and it shows the potential feature available wherever the user is. Now, let me talk about the dashboard. The goal behind the dashboard is to show the user the financial situation, show the income as of now, the savings that they have so far, the expense of the month, and the remaining fund they have available. On the right-hand side, you can see the recent transaction made by the user. The recent transaction is a feature that we are proud of because it shows the user the last 3 transactions made on the bank account for tracking purpose. Those recent transaction information are linked to the detail page, and I will hand that to Sam, who will talk about the detail page.
Hi, my name's Sam. So on this detail page that I worked on, the user could go ahead and create categories, accounts, and transaction. And just as Yas said, these transactions are linked to the dashboard. So if we query through or select through the categories, we can see on the left side that the categories pie graph changes, and these consist of the accounts that are tied to the category. And within these accounts, you have transactions against the account that reduce the remaining balance, which is the budget. And you can see over here in the pie chart that it is sectioned off by account. A couple of things that I wanted to implement in the future is when creating a category or an account, I want it to be more reactive where it will re-render on the page without us having to refresh the page. There's a couple features that I wish to add on to in the future. But for now, I will go ahead and hand it over to Andrea, and she will go ahead and talk about the Learn page.
So we wanted this app to not only be useful, but also educational. Each month, all active service members receive a leave and earnings statement, or an LES, which is essentially like a pay stub. Many military members do not know how to read an LES, so we built this page to walk through how to read it. Knowing what you earn is one of the most important steps in the budgeting process, so it's critical that military members are familiar with their LES. So originally, we wanted to incorporate a feature for retirement savings specifically related to the military's retirement system, the Thrift Savings Plan, or TSP. Unfortunately, due to the short schedule of this project, we couldn't get the feature up and running. We still wanted to have a place for users to consider the TSP though, so we created this page to learn more about the TSP. The information gives a brief overview about the TSP as well as a link to the TSP page. Long-term, we'd like to include advice or calculators for users to determine how much they want to allocate to their TSP fund each month. But for now, we provide useful information for users to get started themselves. That covers most of the features of our project. The biggest challenge that we faced is the scoping of our project. We had a lot of ideas that we wanted to implement, but weren't able to. We started this project with a lot more people in our group who had to drop out for various reasons, but that meant we originally planned for a lot more work to get done. And due to that, our project isn't necessarily where we had hoped it would be, but we're still very proud of it, and we absolutely learned a lot while working on it, and we're excited to continue working on the project to implement a lot of those features that we'd like to have. So this concludes our presentation. We will now open the floor to questions.